So yesterday could have in fact been very, very interesting in terms of XRP. And luckily it didn't have to be, because this motion, this granted motion, got in just under the deadline. And because of that, now we have this great setup for XRP to potentially make a breakout to the upside. We have a continued resilience in terms of the crypto market, and all these things are starting to align perfectly. And we're going to talk about that in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So looking at XRP's daily candle yesterday, we have a big old doji candle that took place, closing at almost break even. Great sign of a potential reversal taking place right now, right below that 20-day moving average. And right now, XRP is just above here. It's about 7:34 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully this green continues as the day goes on and we continue to see this sweep of excitement. You know, a lot of yesterday was actually people focusing on Jerome Powell speaking and the echoed sentiment that he's been, the continued sentiment he's been portraying time and time again. Oh, the economy's fine. Oh, there might be further inflation because of tariffs. We're not in a hurry to make a decision on interest rates. Just the same garbage, repetitive crap we've heard time and time again. And this actually caused a little bit of bleeding in the stock market, actually a lot of bleeding. $1.5 trillion bled out yesterday. We did see an initial drop in the crypto market, but a subsequent bounce back, which is, I think, a big sign. This is that continued decorrelation we're seeing from stocks, which is important for the next leg in the crypto market. And I'll talk about that more in just a second. But really the big news that could have stole the show, that could have been center stage, was this motion needed to be granted in order to basically pause this appeal between Ripple and the SEC. Now, luckily, the deadline for this was in fact yesterday, and this ruling from the U.S. Court of Appeals in the Second Circuit did in fact come just in time. Why this was so important is if this was not granted, if this did not get filed in time or announced in time, you would have actually seen the continuation of this ruling surrounding the programmatic sales of XRP by Ripple. All right. And that would have been kind of a problem, because we know that both the SEC and Ripple have filed to have this basically appeal thrown out. The SEC is going to keep $50 million of this fine. They're actually asking the courts to lift this injunction. So this is, it's good that this happened and it became basically a non-event. And why this is in fact such a big deal is now obviously Judge Annalisa Torres needs to make this final judgment so that things can progress. And this is going to open up the door for some pretty big possibilities moving forward. And I want to show you guys just a little bit of the interest surrounding spot XRP ETF products. So there have actually been 10 filings for these products so far. And I keep talking about how I think this is actually going to have more interest than Ethereum spot ETFs. Just look at the number of Ethereum spot ETFs there are here in the US, 9. So yes, there is in fact, from a number standpoint, more interest in these XRP spot ETF products. And this is something that it can again help carry XRP to some really exciting highs. But where things are really getting exciting here is across the crypto market, what we're actually seeing is major inverse head and shoulders building, creating a potential surge to the upside across the space, XRP price included. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. And like I've talked about in some of my other videos today, the big thing that does in fact need to be taking place here is we need to see a BTC breakout. We need to see BTC breach this 20-week moving average, this bull market support. And if there is enough positivity in the back half of the week, you could see that take place this week. But I'm thinking that as long as we're not getting any surprises, this may take place within the next 2 weeks here. Now, obviously, there's no guarantees. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but the market is starting to create a pretty hard reversal here. It wants to run to the upside. And luckily, what we've seen in terms of XRP is huge price defense, huge accumulation taking place. Yes, there's been some questions surrounding whales as of late, but from an overall standpoint, XRP has been one of the most resilient assets as of late. It's one of the few that still continue to hold this resilience from all the way back here in November, which is impressive because of what caused us to get here. Those major short squeezes that took place. It was one of the best performing assets at that time. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. Things are starting to align perfectly, and hopefully they continue to carry us to some pretty insane highs in terms of price. But I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.